I could say, okay, how could you tell the difference between the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum? Okay? I think that's fair game. Just a written question. All right? I've been known to ask those. All right? So, how can we tell them apart? As we go from duodenum to ileum, increase the goblet cells. And by the way, you've got to say duodenum to ileum. Don't just say increase in goblet cells. I got that on the pig, okay? Didn't have any common iliac arteries. I say in what? You've got to specify. Or it had only 2 branches on the aortic arch. If you didn't put pig, it said in what? You got no credit for the question. You must specify. So here, don't just say increase in goblet cells, because I'll say where or in what, okay? So make it easy for yourself. Say from duodenum to ileum, increase in goblet cells, increase in Peyer's patches, decrease in intestinal crypts, and loss of Brunner's glands, or duodenal glands, when you go from duodenum to ileum. Okay, so once again, if you're asked to differentiate, and I can do this without looking at the slides, as you go from duodenum to ileum, make sure you put that, okay? Increase in goblet cells, an increase in Peyer's patches, a decrease in intestinal crypts, and the loss of Brunner's glands, or duodenal glands, when you leave the duodenum. Okay? 4 ways you can tell them apart. Okay? I won't ask you on the slides, but I could ask you, how could you? Assuming you're expert microscopist, which you may not be. Okay? I'll just show you a couple things here, just to show that I'm not lying about this. Okay? I'm not making this up. All right, here's a slide. This is labeled composite small intestine. It shows 3 regions. First one here, this is the duodenum. Here again you can see the mucosa through the villi. You can see very nicely inside. What's this connective tissue called?
Areolar. Lamina propria.
Lamina propria. Okay, good. And you can see here and there, okay, we have goblet cells, just like you saw before. Okay? Look like little holes. Okay? Right here, here, here. Okay? And then there's your submucosa. Here are your muscle layers. Here and here. Okay? Now let's go to the jejunum, which is the middle region of the small intestine. This one's a little more intact, but again, you can see the villi of the mucosa. Okay, this is mucosa. You can also see part of the submucosa in here, and then the muscle layers, intercircular and longitudinal. And again, you've got goblet cells in the mucosa. And you notice there's a few more than what we saw in the duodenum. They're increasing in number.
Where's the lamina again? Lamina propria?
Say again?
Can you point at the lamina propria again?
What is this?
Can you point it out?
Yeah.
The lamina
That would be one of the villi, and these are goblet cells. And they're more than what we saw in the duodenum. Now we're going to go and take a view of the section of the ileum. Okay, here are the layers. Here's the mucosa again. And if you look at it, it looks like it's riddled with holes. Look at the villi here. I think you'd agree, considerably more than what we saw before in either the duodenum or the ileum. So, as we go from duodenum to ileum, increasing goblet cells. Something else, increase in Peyer's patches. If you look at this, you can see, something you saw before, here are the Peyer's patches. This granular tissue right here. Remember, part of the malt, mucosa-associated lymphatic tissue, collections of lymphocytes, as you see here. So again, increase in goblet cells, increase in Peyer's patches, decrease in intestinal crypts, and loss of the duodenal or Brunner's glands as you go from duodenum to ileum. questions? All right. Look now at the large intestine. Now, the large intestine has basically a very similar arrangement to what we saw in the small intestine.